Hey fellas, this is another one of them little rookie mods we've been playing with. Now I think this is a pretty important one. What you're looking at here is an IMEX Taigen Panther G. Alright, now this is the first time that these gearboxes have ever been out of this tank. They were installed at the factory and they just came out of here today. I don't know how well it shows up in the video, but if you look closely, in person you can see that these plastic posts where the mounting screw goes into, they're already starting to crack. Okay, now if one of those breaks away or strips out, that's a big problem because those three screws are the only thing holding your gearbox in place. So what I did to save myself a lot of headache in the future is strengthen those posts, and I did that by getting some of this. Now this is just brass tubing, and the inside diameter of this tubing, I got it from my local hobby shop, the inside diameter is 5.5 millimeters, which is just right for the outside diameter of these posts. Now, I have one of these little tubing cutters, but you can also cut this with a razor saw or a hacksaw or a Dremel tool or whatever. I cut it into 1/4 inch long pieces. I cut 6 of them. They come out, they look like this, okay? All you do is just cut them off 1/4 inch long, then take a little file and clean up the ends, get rid of all the burr and stuff, and then you just slip that over the post. And it's probably a good idea to hold that down with a little super glue, but the bottom plate of the gearbox will trap these brass pieces in place, so you don't have to worry about them coming out and rattling around the tank. But I myself, just to be safe, I'd like to put a little super glue down there, so I'll pull all those out later and put in the super glue. So then once you get that done and you put your gearbox back down in there, you don't have to worry that those little brass or those little plastic posts are going to split and crack and strip. Just that little piece of brass will keep everything together and keep it tight and keep it from coming apart and causing you major headaches on down the line. Okay, now as long as we're here, there's one other thing. This comes from my static model hobby. Have you guys ever heard of something called Easy Line? This is what it is. I'm using it for a strap on these binoculars. I'm not sure how easy it is to see, but it stretches. It was originally designed to be used as telephone wire on model railroads to run back and forth between the phone poles, because it will stretch, so it doesn't just snap if you accidentally bump it, but it works great for any kind of leather strap that you've got to use on a 1/16 scale figure. I use it for antennas on 1/32 scale aircraft and all different kind of stuff, but it's called Easy Line, and your local hobby shop has probably got it, and it's just a great little product that can add a nice little touch of realism to your tanks. I think it'll also be really good for stuff like strapping down stowage on the outside of the tanks, bedrolls, sleeping bags, stuff like that. And one thing I really like about it is that to attach it to these binoculars, all it took is just the tiniest little drop of super glue. You just put a tiny little drop on the piece and then touch the end of the Easy Line into that tiny little puddle, and it'll grab and hold. And this stuff stretches. See, it's not coming off of there. So there you go. That's Easy Line. Well, I hope those two little tips are something that'll help you out sometime. See you next time.